guys, so good to have you here today. Today we are going to focus on one thing, and that is getting off the wall for our handstand. So the wall is a super valuable tool and I love it and I wouldn't give it up for the world, especially when you're brand new to handstanding. But like many people, you can get addicted to it. You get very attached to the wall and then it's hard to get off of it. And so many people have asked me, Kelsey, how do I get off the wall? I'm stuck there. I feel like I've been there for years. Let's get off the wall. So I'm going to take you through my top 5 favorite drills that I use to get off of the wall and be able to balance in the middle of a room without any support. So please make sure that your shoulders and your wrists are warmed up, feeling stretched out, your core has been engaged, worked, firing, and then let's just get to it. So the first thing I'm gonna have you try is using your head for balance. The only thing that I'm gonna have touching the wall is just the crown of my head. So not the back of my head, not my forehead, but like the crown of my head right at the top. I'm gonna come very, very close to the wall and I'm going to just let the top of my head touch. And it doesn't have to push in super hard. It's just going to be there for balance. So if you're to the point of getting off the wall, you have a pretty decent handstand, you've got some strength already, some endurance. So we just wanna see what it feels like to not be putting all of our weight against the wall. So just the tip of your crown of your head against the wall, gently kick up, push the head gently into the wall, and the feet come away. Now, I don't love this one as much because you get a little bit more of a banana back. But because you're using just your head for balance and not all of your legs, your hips, your butt, you are going to be putting minimal weight into the wall and most of it is going to be into your own hands and holding the weight yourself. So that's my favorite one to start off with. You could try using, something like an exercise ball in between you and the wall or your yoga wheel, something else. But I like putting just my head there. It really gives me that confidence of, wow, like I'm holding my own weight. I can do this on my own. So like I said, you're gonna just gently kick up, bring your head to the wall, maybe wait till you've kicked up. There we go. And then my feet are touching for now. Place the head against the wall and then bring the feet away. Point the toes, squeeze the legs, engage the butt. And just like if I was balancing in the middle of the room, I'm gripping the floor, I'm pushing out of the shoulders, the belly's pulled in. So there you go, head to the wall, first drill. Not one that I would have you use long term, just your very beginner step, because you do banana back quite a bit there. My next one is, let's skip that one, it's a little bit harder. Let's just pull one knee in. So a nice way to do this is to face towards the wall, which can feel a little bit scary, but it's not, I promise. And we're going to be using this one because it really helps you to engage the core. And when you learn to engage the core while upside down, and it's really hard to do when upside down, all of a sudden being upside down, right from left, up and down, everything seems backwards, it's harder to think. So when you can get the core to engage and turn on for you while in a handstand, you're much more likely to be successful and stay up longer. So like I said, you start off facing away, but in the end, you're facing towards the wall. And I got one leg that's gonna stay high and one leg that I'm just gonna have the toes on, and I'm going to just lightly pull away, and as I pull this knee in, it automatically pulls the abs in and engages the core. As soon as I pull away from the wall, my fingers start to work, and they start finding that balance for me. But the wall's there if you're afraid. Just put the foot back down. Reach really tall through this lifted leg, as if you could reach to the ceiling, push out of the shoulders. And maybe you'll get longer and longer times where you can keep that knee pulled in and you find the balance. All right, so that's just tucking one knee in, great ab engagement. So you're gonna be facing the wall while you do that one. Let's see, for the next one, now we'll move to those stag leg switches. And this one can be a little bit scary because there are periods of time where both legs are off the wall, but don't worry, one leg is always heading back to the wall so you can feel safe and secure. And we're just gonna find that little float in between legs so that you have that feeling of balance in between. For this one, we're gonna face towards the wall, our back away. We're just gonna kick up, and we're gonna find those stag legs. So a stag leg is like this, one knee bent in, one knee bent back. And we're just gonna switch the legs. And when you switch the legs, I don't want you to thunk and thunk. I want you to just use the balls of the toes, the tips of the toes. And this one's nice because just like the last one, by pulling one knee in, I'm still keeping that core active. So stag leg switches. Maybe start with just seeing if you can do 2 or 3 switches per leg and slowly build up over time. Maybe you can get to the point where you can do 10 on each side. And by doing that, you'll find that you can stay on your hands longer and longer because you're building strength and you're building confidence because you were doing that work the whole time and not the wall. All right, so the next one I have would be L leg holds. So we want to be a leg away from the wall. I'm going to turn away. This time my back's to it, but my belly's going to face when I put my hands down. And I'm just going to walk my feet up. I'm going to find that L leg shape. So one leg stays down, the other leg reaches up. And just like for the stag leg switches, I'm going to just kind of work on popping the toes off just a little bit. Reach tall through that top lifted leg. Stay close to the wall with your leg that's lowered, keeping the abs engaged, but also helping you feel confident that you can find the wall quickly again. And then maybe as that gets a little bit easier, you can work on switching your legs. And just finding L shapes from side to side. And if one feels really good, maybe you can stay there. Sometimes flexing the feet is a nicer way to engage the legs rather than pointing the toes. I know when I was very new to handstanding, pointing my toes almost always made me fall over for some reason. I don't know why, but I could find that flexing the feet would engage the legs and engage the butt the same way, and I would really keep everything nice and tight in that low half of my body, and I was able to stay up longer. So play with pointing the toes, flexing the feet, find whatever way helps you to keep those legs engaged. That'll help you stay up longer. And my last one is belly to the wall. So this one is challenging, but hopefully you've all been handstanding long enough. You feel like you can do this. Go ahead and kick up into your handstand. Your belly and your face are going to be to the wall. A little cartwheel up. Not too crazy close, but close enough. And so right now my toes are on the wall, helping me find balance. I'm going to start lifting one leg, maybe the other. Oh, I have it for a sec. Fingers start to work. Bring them back if you need to. Pull them away. So this one's pretty advanced because it's a little more scary if you fall, but get used to cartwheeling out and it won't be too bad. Those are things that you can practice doing, those cartwheels in and out of your handstand. I think I have that on my last handstand against the wall video. I think it's handstand with the wall video number 3. Practice that cartwheel because that will make you feel very confident in falling, and we're going to fall. You're going to fall again and again and again. I'm no expert handstander. I feel pretty confident on my hands though, and I still fall all the time. I never record those for you guys to see because nobody wants to see those failures, but we all do it. So get comfortable falling, and then you won't feel so afraid, and you can get it in that handstand much longer because falling ain't gonna be no big deal. So hopefully those helped. Remember, we had that one where you pull the knee in towards the belly. We had the L leg switches, stag leg switches, using your head for a smidge of balance, and then belly to the wall and pulling the toes away. I hope that helped you guys. Please feel free to tag me on Instagram or on TikTok. I'd love to see your handstands and how far they've come. You did an amazing job today, guy. Make sure that you give this a like, follow me on here, please subscribe to my channel. Check me out on TikTok, lots of tutorials on there, and a little bit more in-depth postures on Instagram. I'd love to see what you guys are doing. Drink your water, have an amazing day, take care, namaste.